Stop. Please. You go with Daddy now. You wash your cover just to keep
Uh-oh.
Why did you say uh-oh?
I didn't get a photo of it.
Wait, where's mine?
Where's your what?
Memory card. I don't remember.
26, 260 feet. Do you know how many stories that is, bitch?
Oh, cool.
It's 26 stories deep. Yes.
It doesn't seem that deep, but it usually is.
26
Remember in
stories.
India we had a 50. Remember in India we had about 50 stories? That was crazy.
Can you see the TV too? Okay, look. Right here. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
What are people?
All right, do we have our caboose with us today? Here. Perfect. So, the last family in our line is going to be our caboose today. I'm going to shout out for them throughout the tour to make sure everybody is with me and can hear me. If they could be the only ones to answer, that'd be perfect, just so I know for sure that they get the full extent of their tour like you guys at the front may do. So, just if I happen to not hear them, feel free to pass that message on up to me, but otherwise, just try and keep it down a little bit so I can hear them. Once again, y'all, welcome to Ruby Falls. My name is Izzy. I'm going to be your tour guide today. There are a couple of rules down here before we get started with anything else. So, first off, this is a natural cave, so this one's more for your safety. Make sure to watch your heads and your steps. There's going to be low ceilings and slick floors. There's going to be handrails and extra slick areas, so you can use those if you think you might need them, but just always try and be aware of your surroundings. Another thing to note, this one is for the cave. Please make sure not to touch any formations. These rocks are still actively growing, so if you do touch them, the oils from your fingertips can stunt or ruin their growth almost completely. You'll hear later on how long it takes them to grow, and if you keep touching them, then that's going to take even longer for the future generations to maybe see this cave a little differently than you do. So as we move on through, just try to remember to keep your hands to yourself. Another thing to note is we are taking the same route to the waterfall as we are back to the elevators. So we're going to see almost everything twice. So just for, again, everybody's enjoyment and a little bit of just housekeeping rules, try and stick close together as we move on through. Like I said, we're going to see almost everything twice, so I'm going to be moving and we're going to make a couple of stops. So just try and stick together, move on forward. If you miss a picture, I promise you we'll be able to get it on the way back. But we do have to make a couple stops on the way in, and I just want to make sure that we aren't passing in any weird areas. So just kind of stick close together, just so nobody gets lost or misses anything. Real quick, y'all are going to watch a short video. I'll be right back when it's done, alright?
As you move through the cave, please refrain from the use of gum and tobacco products. Stay with your guide and follow the safety instructions. Watch your head, watch your step, and use handrails where provided. Thank you.
Looking into a dark hole deep inside a mountain. Some folks might call it wise to turn back in favor of sunlight and certainty. Take the easy path, miss the detour that just might lead to something far more extraordinary. Sometimes, some people, not me. When my Ruby moved away to Tennessee, I could have stayed put, but I followed her south. She was my high school sweetheart. Usually, those things don't work out, but she's my wife now. So yes, that was the right call. Ruby and I have seen just about everything together. We come around a bend and see a new adventure. She takes my hand and off we go. Now, the minute I heard the historic tales of Lookout Mountain Cave, I felt that first pull. The mountain calling me in. I wanted everyone to see this underground cathedral, but the entrance was sealed. The railroad needed that passage for their line. Time to give up the dream, right? No, sir. I started planning. It took near a decade. Investors took a chance on us, and we bought the land above the cave. The autumn leaves were falling as we started drilling in 1928. We were on our way, opening a new entrance into the cave. The crew worked round the clock, cutting a shaft for an elevator. That's right, an elevator, 420 feet straight into the heart of the mountain. We pulled up bucket after bucket of limestone, enough to build a castle. Then, at 260 feet, the unexpected happened. A burst of air from an opening into the unknown, 18 inches tall. I swear it summoned me. If our drills hadn't stayed true, if our aim had been a few feet in either direction, we would have missed it. Something we weren't even looking for in the first place, but we found it. Or maybe it found us. So down we went, crawling through the dark, with the mountain on our heads. We crawled for an hour, 3 hours, 6 hours before we could stand. Ruby's up there, waiting for me. But the same thing pulling me back is pushing me forward, towards hidden beauty in the heart of this fine earth, a treasure worthy of her name. I know we're down deep, farther down than we ever expected to go. I imagined all the people that might come after us to this place, to see something they've never seen before, something they'll never see if we turn back now. 17 hours later, we crawled out of the dark, forever changed. It's the anticipation of what lies ahead that pushes us forward, that draws us to explore. Sometimes the unknown is the greatest adventure.
That video. If you'll bring your attention on over here to where my light is, you can see just what it was like for Leo crawling for those first 6 hours. Again, like that video said, it was only 18 inches tall. Now, what took him 6 hours is probably going to take us around 2 or 3 minutes. And lucky for you, there will be no crawling involved. Hey. Otherwise, I would not be your tour guide. Now remember, like I said earlier, watch your heads and your steps. Do not touch the formations and stick together as we move on through. With that, we are good to go on forward. Watch your heads right here.
Watch out. There's electricity down there. So, keep going. Because you had a dog, you made sure you kept going down. You didn't give it up.
People touch them.
Oh yeah. What down here?
What? No.
At least they have Wi-Fi.
Yeah. We've been to a somewhere on the way home from here. I feel like something that the Lost Sea, where you go underground and you get in a boat, and it's the bioluminescent fish and stuff.
Where's that?
It's in Tennessee, I think.
Did not go on
Unless you
sale.
got mastic or dirt in this thing. There it is. This one was got like.
Elephant's foot. Oh, that's cool. Do you see that?
Oh, yeah, elephant of it. Look at the ribbons.
Probably right here. 650.
Yeah, this broke a bunch of these off. That's pretty wild looking up there.
Yeah.
It's even better than that.
Huh.
No doubt.
Right.
This is our first formation stop of the day, so we're gonna be hanging out here for just about 2 or so minutes. When you make your way up to that first one, you just kinda hang tight right there.
Central Florida. My mother-in-law lives about like 4 blocks from the Florida cabins.
Can my caboose hear me in the back? Yep. All right, perfect. So up here, like I said, is our first formation. This is our cactus and candle. So if you remember what I said at the beginning about touching formations makes them stop growing, not everything in our cave is a formation. I like to say that there is a bit of a W difference. So I call that the W rule, where if it is wet, waxy, or weird looking, it is an active formation. So just try and steer clear of those. While we are here, we're going to listen to a short audio clip about this formation and a little bit about the area and stuff. You're going to see it throughout the cave, so just hang tight here, like I said, for another minute.
That one gonna fall on your head.
We opened Ruby Falls Cabin for tours on June 6, 1930. Building up to that big day, we blasted through the mountain using 15,000 pounds of dynamite and pulled out 5 million pounds of limestone to create the elevator shaft. We used that limestone to build the Cavern Castle, which some call the world's most magnificent cave entrance. We carefully planned the trail through the cavern to avoid disturbing the underground streams and ancient formations. Stalagmites rising up from the ground, stalactites suspended from the ceiling, and columns where the two meet and join together. All created by water and the mineral calcite, dripping through cracks in the limestone. Drop by drop, the tiny calcite deposits build up very slowly over time to create formations, each as unique as a fingerprint. Without water, the life cycle of the formation ends.
We ask that you do not touch any formation in the cave. It is against state law to ride on, to face, or break cave formations. For your safety, please stay with your guide.
As you can see on this sign behind me, that you'll be able to see a little bit better once we pass by, there are a lot of different types of formations down here. So I like to say that the most common ones are going to be stalactites and stalagmites, and a good way to tell those apart is stalactites are going to hang on tight to that ceiling, and stalagmites, like our cactus and candle up here, are going to use all of their might to grow up.
So tights grow from the ceiling, mites grow up. So it just depends on which way they're growing. So those are tights all the way up there. See those things that look like spikes? Those are tights, stalactites. And mites grow from the ceiling, grow from the floor.
Oh, wait, I see a mite.
I don't think we've ever
going from the floor. But if you look all the way down there,
Thing just
that's
hangs off of there.
See, stalactite, stalagmite. So we can't touch any of this.
It's all.
So don't touch any of this. Okay? Just be respectful.
My life
Did you want to see?
I like to see how things are hanging.
That looks like Bobby.
Big old crazy things in
It's smart to have the
there. It's a last minute thought.
Mommy, look at the hole.
I know. There's a trash can.
No, not that.
Cactus and candle.
There's a hole out too. Stalactites. They're still forming.
Natural formations. Drapery, flowstone.
Don't touch that.
Don't touch any of this on the side. They're all white, black here.
Roof golf.
Crystal chandelier. Beauty and
Pull over to your right hand side on that side of the rock, please. Draw everybody's attention to the ceiling because these are some of the prettiest stalactites in the whole cave are up here. Guys, if you can pull over to the right hand side so we can pass
I'm gonna
Jeff.
get to know some of y'all. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Everybody pull over to the right hand side. Thank you. This one here we call our octopus.
Y'all been to the Rock City yet?
Not on this trip.
Do I need to smile?
Yeah.
She told us this. Cut your shaking, right? What's he doing here? Rock candy? Yeah.
Excuse me, fast pass.
I guess not. Look where you're going.
Maybe I'll come to Florida.
Steak and potatoes, babe.
Why are we stopping? This is rock candy.
I know, but I can't let you up here. Let's get to the falls.
Yeah, it looks like a donkey. Do you see it? See the ears? Oh, see, doesn't that one look like a donkey? Look, doesn't that look like a donkey?
They got a lot more lights on them. Yeah, the Florida cabin.
The cool thing about coming here is that I know.
Yeah, things, especially if you do it years apart.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to stay with that? You don't really have much of a choice. Okay, can I rock candy after that, but you? Can I rock candy to each? I know. Cada joelho é que veio. Porque se tem um mano que está fora. Hey, look, there's water coming from this.
Not the water dripping here.
Oh, well, I wouldn't ever count on mommy as being your stable hero. Did you hear that?
Wow, that's
She said,
whole
you're my
right there.
hero, and I said, I would never count on me as being the sturdy one. When Steve suggested I go ahead and pack the box.
Ooh, look at this. Wow.
Here's the hammer. Oh, yeah, well.
Foundation. Ooh, watch out, it's dripping on your head.
Wow.
Nothing's down on this side. It's all up here on this side. Look at the water. The pennies in there?
Yeah.
Lots of pennies. Oh, getting dripping on me. Okay. Under video surveillance. Alright, gotta catch up to the group. That was some stuff to look at right there. That was cool. You are entering the beautiful Hall of Dreams.
All the way to the person in front of you. Folks, come on all the way up for me if you would, and off to the left side.
Got some deep
Now some fish. You see
A little
this?
further. He's a good person.
See it? It's
All the way up, guys. All the way up. Off to the left side.
Listen, you see what they did? Drop that.
Good. Sir, if you see that ledge right there, this
Did you guys see the bats in there?
right here, that. Yeah,
No?
right there. And back to the left side.
Let's see, baby, come here, man.
Come on all the way up, guys, if you could.
In the Florida caverns where they had the organ thing in there? Was that you?
Oh, yeah. Do you see a fish?
Yeah, but Linville, we
It says
said
that
it's
one
nothing.
looks like a fish. It says fish on the side.
I'm pretty sure it did.
And look at those spikes on the ceiling. That's what they're saying we can't touch. The good news is we can't.
My folks, while we are waiting on this to go past, this is kind of the perfect place to be stopped because this is our next formation. Can my caboose hear me in the back?
Behind us is the blobby stuff, right? This is the blobby stuff.
We haven't gotten a response yet.
You said there was a yes or?
No, no response.
No.
We'll give it another
I don't
second.
know where she saw it. Apparently there's some
I spotted a turtle. Find the side turtle. The word that's
Caboose, can you hear me?
Yes.
Alrighty, so up here is our leaning tower. This is one of our oldest and tallest formations in the cave, standing at about 6 or 7 feet tall and 3 to 5 million years old. Over here next to it is our beloved mascot Myrtle. This turtle has been climbing since the dawn of time. However, she got just a little ways up before she realized she was scared of heights. Some would even say she's stone cold petrified.
It's stuck on the rock.
Again, while we are waiting here, we're going to listen to another one of those audios. So sit tight for about 30 or 40 more seconds and we'll move on forward.
on the tower.
Nature is a patient artist. With a growth rate of only half an inch every 100 years, the creation of formations in the cave spans centuries. They're Their distinctive shapes are miraculous. Fabric-like draperies flowing from limestone, curly helictites defying gravity, and delicate straw-shaped capillary tubes hanging from the ceiling, and mounds of flowstone resembling lava. The shapes are determined by location and rate of water flow, with mineral content influencing their color. White from calcium carbonate, brownish red from iron oxide, and black from manganese. Every formation is a unique work of art.
All right, we're gonna move on forward again. Watch
We
your
are now
heads to the
approximately
right.
halfway to the falls. For your safety, please watch your head, use hand warnings as provided, and stay with your guide.